I just called to say I love you. I just called to say how much I care. Yeah, yeah. I just called to say I love you. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Little Stevie Wonder and I, we say, welcome to the lounge. Patty. Hi, Patty. I love you, friend. Thank you for sending me funny emails. They make me laugh. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. If you just got here, I know everyone just got here, but if I didn't see you earlier, it's great to see you. I saw you, Skate Army. I saw you, William Tell. Much love, friends. Patty, to you as well. Thomas Buckley. Howdy, everyone. Good to see you again. And you. Cuzzy, don't call it a comeback. I've been here for a couple hours, but I left and I came back and I did a new stream, so therefore I could keep it. Cuzzy is the only one who saw last week's. The Knack Knack came out. That's it. Sometimes you don't need to see the Knack Knack. Hi, Caney Creek Woodcarver. I'll be your Huckleberry. He said that to me at the very beginning. I still don't really understand what it is. I know it's from a movie, but I don't get it. Oh, I'm trying to look like Stevie Wonder tonight, and he's wearing this hat right here, and I gotta wear these like sunglasses and just be like, I gotta be like Eddie Murphy, like. I'll work on it. Anyways, it's great to see you all. We are just gonna kick it, DJ Stagecoach, chill style. I want to just like talk to people in the chat. Patty, I know that you are like putting things, you're prepping, Patty, and I hope that you find a proper place soon, because I know that you need a proper place, a better place, and I know that the right place is out there for you. Spud, I know that the tribe and myself included, of course, helped you, like, I don't know, universally like meditate to get a place. And so if we can kind of do that now, you know how we did that for Spud and for Doggo and Anna, if we can put that type of energy towards Patty Ferguson right now in the tribe, she needs to find a new place to live. And we want to help her find a new place to live. And so if people, when they meditate, if people, when they pray, if people, when they just are thinking good thoughts, if you can think about Patty and helping her find a new place to live, I would be super appreciative, and I know that Patty would, and I know that the universe will respond. So thank you for, just being open to helping others, I think is kind of to cut through the fat. The Stagecoach Bar it was a 1972 issue. Did you look it up, Cuzzy? You must have. That was a 1972. I figured those art bars are typically from the 70s that look like that. Did I guess in the 70s? I hope I guessed in the 70s. Do you remember, V-Rose, if I thought it was maybe from the 70s? I don't know. It's not like I have to be right. I was just curious. I'm not like a huge, like, I'm right, you're wrong. I'm left, you're right. Like, That's all I have to say about that. Don't get me started. But it's kind of true. Anyways, V Rose, did I guess any era or any decade? Did I guess the decade of the 70s? I don't remember when I was doing the auction. I don't remember a lot of things I do when I do the auction. That's really like truly being present in the moment. It's like like I'm focused. It's hard now. I can just like chill with everybody, and I like just being able to like chill with everybody. And I'm gonna try not to play a lot of music tonight. I honestly just want to like hang out with people in the chat and find out what's happening with everybody, and really just unwind and vibe with y'all, because I know trying to sell things to people is sometimes off-putting, and sometimes it's hard even for me to go to an auction, whether I don't have money to bid or whether I just kind of, don't want to be like around that type of energy, because I understand everything takes on its own energy, and when you're at an auction there's this kind of energy, there's money being involved, and when you're just hanging out at somebody's like stream where there's nothing being sold, that takes on a different type of energy. And I guess that's all I'm trying to say is like, and now we get, yeah, Kathy and Debbie '08, and we can just be friends and hang out, and not, there's no agenda, there's no commerce, there's no things where it makes it kind of it's a barrier in a lot of ways. It's a, and trust me, I'm not poo-pooing on, because it's helped me to come out of pandemic with something really to do, and with something huge in terms of like meeting so many wonderful people. Trust me, I'm not like biting the hand that feeds me or poo-pooing YouTube in the slightest, truly. But I know that everything kind of has its own way and its own like purpose, and YouTube is so unilaterally like, everybody could do this, everybody could do on some level. And I had no idea that this even existed until pandemic hit. And that's the funniest thing. I kind of still like, wow, I never knew people came and like hang out with each other, in the chat, and watch people do coin roll hunting and the stuff that I always did. I just never thought of recording myself or live streaming myself doing it. Because I had no idea that people did that. Quite honestly, none. Hey, Flag City parts. Flag City. YouTube has become very different. I don't know what it was like before, William, quite honestly. I've been honestly active YouTubing for 2.5 years, maybe, since pandemic hit. I had 2 videos on YouTube before that, and they were just cover songs. It was the first one I did was a Radiohead song, and then a White Stripes song, and those were the 2 things that sat there, and I didn't do anything on YouTube until pandemic. And I really am thankful that this is even here, because if this wasn't here, I don't know what I would have done. Who knows? I would have, I'm educated and resourceful, and I would have done something. But I like this, and I like meeting all of you, and that's, to be able to do this and do this now, and have the flexibility of time to go and travel, and those things are worth a lot of money to me. Like, if there's going to be a trade-off, or if there's, because I didn't have a corporate job. I had I worked for a corporation, I guess, or I worked for a big hospital, but I'm happier now than I was then, for sure. Hi, Riley. Good to see you, man. Dershad. All is well, definitely. We're I'm figuring stuff out still. I'm definitely trying to adjust to this life, to trying to like uh I don't know, just figure out kind of how to make this kind of the thing that I envision in my head, and I still have bigger kind of aspirations. I got to figure out how to like how to pull them off on YouTube. Hi, Deanna Bell. Good evening. I'm back from last week as a new member. People desire connection even if you can't see us, but we see you. I respect your goal. Thank you, Deanna Bell. I appreciate that. And sometimes I don't know who's watching, and you've been brave to say hello, and thank you, Deanna, and welcome. I work in medical. What did you do at the hospital? I was a mental health practitioner. I worked under the nursing umbrella, Deanna, but I was a mental health practitioner. So my degree is in psychology. I have a bachelor's in psychology, but I worked at UCLA at the neuropsych hospital. And now it's called the Resnick Neuropsych Hospital in Los Angeles. But I also worked at Century City Hospital in Century City, which is like kind of West LA, and I worked at a hospital in Salt Lake City. I don't like to talk about the Salt Lake City years. There's a lot to know about Can, but I don't want to talk about it all right now. What up, Monkey King Meadows? Riley, Can, you're the only one that can pronounce my name. Mandershide. Alright, well, I'm happy, Riley. But I wish other people could pronounce your name properly. When people want to hear their name properly, people want to be called by their names. I totally understand that, and it is important for me to like remember people's names first of all, but also to pronounce them properly. Well, I think we all deserve blessings. I think we all deserve to be understood. I think we all deserve to express ourselves without fear of condemnation, right? Without fear of somebody just being like, you know, no, I'm gonna shut this down, or without, fear of somebody just saying like, I'm gonna embarrass you if you do speak up the way that you want to. I think everyone should, and that's the kind of, honestly, like, I would encourage everyone to speak their mind. As long as you're not hurting yourself, as long as you're not hurting anyone else, do whatever the hell you want and say whatever the hell you want. That's my advice, I think. As long as you're not hurting yourself and as long as you're not hurting anybody else and causing a huge disruption. And that's the other thing. And causing like a huge disruption, unnecessary disruption. Because you can the loudest people that speak are not the smartest. The loudest people that speak are not the most effective. I know a lot of you understand that. I know most of you understand that truly, and I mean it though. The loudest people are not the smartest. The loudest people are not the the most accurate, the wisest. Doesn't matter what you do with anything. There will always. Yeah, well, I mean, well, and I think that that's just the of course, Skate Army, and it's not even about like, uh, I think it's just about understanding, and there's a song by Elvis Costello. What's so bad about peace, love, and understanding? What's so bad about peace, love, and understanding? What's so wrong with peace, love, and understanding? I think it's what's so bad about peace and love and understanding, something like that. And I think about that, and it's like, kindness is cool. Quite honestly, we're not in like eighth grade where we're sitting and shunning someone from our lunch table or something like that. Hopefully people grow out of it, but some people don't, and I think you just have to kind of you have to meet people where they're at. That's I think the biggest thing that I've learned is to just meet people where they're at and understand that sometimes people just haven't been exposed to a different way, so they have no understanding, they have no point of reference. And if you have no point of reference, you can't be mad at that person. And if your light goes out, it means you may have to take a safety meeting. I'll be right back. I don't want to burn the house down. Burning down the house. It's a great song by the Talking Heads, but not in practice. All right, I'm going to let that cool off, and I'm not going to try to turn it on right now. I'm going to play a song in the darkness, as it were. It's not super dark, but this is a song by one of my very favorite bands and one of my very favorite artists, Jack White, and it's the White Stripes. Same Boy You've Always Known. You fell down, of course, and then you got up, of course, and then you started over. Forgot my name, of course. Then you started to remember. Pretty tough to think about the beginning of December. Pretty tough to think about. Pretty tough to think about. Yeah, it's pretty tough to think about. You're looking down again, but then you look me over. Oh, laying down again on a blanket in the clover. Oh, known. Well, I guess I haven't grown. Same boy you've always known. Same boy you've always known. Think of what the past did, it could have lasted. So put it in your basket. I hope you know a strong man who can lend you a hand lowering my casket. Now I thought this is just today and soon you'd be returning. Oh, and the coldest blue ocean waters cannot stop my heart and mind from burning. Oh, everyone who's in the know says, well, that's exactly how it goes. And if there's anything good about me, well, I'm the only one who knows. Let me see if that'll work now. And on the seventh day they said, let there be light. Hi, lounge rats. I'm a lounge rat too. Cheers, everyone. Thomas Buckley, William Tell, Cat's Crazy World, God Douche, Deanna Bell. I must be making popcorn. No popcorn. I was actually just letting the light cool off. I'm not sure. It's mad at me. Hi W08. Hi Patty Ferguson. Kathy Little. I got Crazy Catwoman. Thank you for the email. I will check that out about the band. I do appreciate you sending me the info about them. Flag City, what's up, buddy? Skate Army. Cheers, Johnny Rainbow. Candy Creek Woodcarver. GMAP. Hi, friends. Thomas Buckley. Alright, I'm gonna go back to current time. So we're not bidding on the dime? No, unfortunately, that was just what I was showing. Oh, while I was indisposed with no light. I'll show you what the other side looks like, though. She looks really cool, but she's got a scrape on her head, unfortunately, William. Hold on, one sec. It's a really cool design, but she's got a scrape on her head, unfortunately. You're welcome, Kathy. It's a really special song to me. Not on her head, on her face, excuse me. It's a scrape on her face right by her mouth. That's the only thing that's wrong with that coin, quite honestly, that I can tell, is that one scrape on her face. Hold on, let me show you guys so you can see better. There we go. I like this coin. It's really small. It's like the size of a half dime, though. I mean, this thing is tiny. Here's a penny. All right, here we go. There's a 1958 wheat cent. Here's this coin. That's how big it is. If you ever need something looked up, let me know. Cool. Thank you, CCW. It is. It's still silver. It's definitely silver. You're right, William Tell. But speaking of, I got something cool as well. I wonder what I did with it. It's 14 karat gold. Oh, I have it right here. Oh, I know where it is now. I'm gonna show you guys this. curb stomped. Hold on one second. Let me show you. Okay. This is called The History of Gold. It's a limited mintage of 9,999. All right. It's probably the size of that. It's probably a little smaller than that, I should say. But hold on one second. Spud's tripping out. Don't worry, Crazy Cat Woman. I'm not sure why Spud did that, but it's not because of what you said. All right, here it is. It actually is really incredible. All right, so it's 14 karat gold. One second. Spud's like, fat fingers, sorry, CCW. All right, so here we have it. It's the Sutter's Mill California Gold Rush, 1848, and it says $15 per ounce because it tells you on this card that in 1848 gold was $15 per ounce. So here is the Sutter's Mill. I'm going to put that coin actually underneath it and see how big it actually is. This is a good idea. Let's do this. Oh yeah, so it's smaller than that one. All right. And then here is the other side. The other side is really cool. So, oops. It says U.S. History of Gold, and then it has 14 karat at the bottom, and then 585. So at the bottom right there, it says 14 karat gold, and then it says 585 at 3 o'clock on the right side, right there, 585. So it's a 14 karat gold. It's got that like Liberty coin. It is kind of cool. Hi, Passion Art by Jessica. What's up, Yeti? Hi, Steph sells stuff by the seashore. I'm missing everybody. All right, hold on. I started looking at gold and I get all tripped out. So it's 14 karat gold. This is what it looks like in the. I gotta give it up to Raymond Wan. Like, he sent me some really good stuff, and I didn't realize I don't know. I got a good deal on it. I'll just put it that way. And I don't know. I guess sometimes you just get a good deal and you just have to be thankful. And I'm truly thankful. I'll just put it that way. All right. I want to welcome everybody else. Steph, I love you, my friend. Passion Art by Jessica, I love you, my friend. Yeti, Bigfoot Silver Hide and Seeker, I love you, my friend. Everybody in the chat, as you know. Love you, my friends. It's the Love Lounge. It's also a choice, and I realized that. And there was a time in my life where it was difficult for me to actually say to somebody, even my family, that I love you. And it was something I worked through, and it's something that I know that is possible for anybody to work through if they need to, and you know, let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. It's all we can control ourselves, but we can tell our story though too. And I think, you know, we all have a story to tell. I know that we all have a story to tell. So therefore, when you have a story to tell, you know, it's like, don't let the art die inside of you. Tell your story. You know, you never know who will relate to it and who could really like get something in that moment, or just the timing of it could be like instrumental to somebody. It's been instrumental to me at times. So therefore, again, when you have proof that things like are limitless, and that's where I also go too, that like we're limitless. Like there's I have proof of limitlessness. I'll put it that way. And when you really feel that you're limitless, it can be a little bit like wow, like awe-inspiring and a little bit like unnerving, but more so than anything, it's glorious. It's glorious to know that we're limitless, but it's harnessing that. It's figuring out like what to do with that knowledge, that understanding that you're limitless, that I'm limitless, that there's nothing that can't be. If you can dream it, you do it. You can. It's just how, like, I look very aesthetically pleasing. Well, I'm dressing up as Stevie Wonder. I'm not dressing up as him, but it's the same type of hat. I've worn this hat many times, but he's wearing this hat in this T-shirt, and I love Stevie Wonder. And I opened it up by singing, "I just called to say I love you," but I'll sing a different Stevie Wonder song. Very superstitious, writings on the wall. Very superstitious, letters about to fall. 7 years bad luck. If you believe in things that you don't understand, then you suffer. Superstition is the way. And if you believe in things that you don't understand, then you suffer. That's his words. Those are the lyrics. Superstition is the way. My papa knows Stevie Wonder very well. Nice, Passion. They call it, it's funny, Passion Art and everyone, they call him Little Stevie. And it's funny that CCW says that. In real life, I feel constrained, but online, I feel 10 feet tall and bulletproof. It's funny, CCW and Passion Art. I've met Stevie Wonder at. All I'll say is I worked at a place where he would frequent sometimes. Where he came to, and that's all I'll say. And he is. They called him. It's funny because they call him Little Stevie because he was a little guy, little prodigy, like he was a young kid coming up on the scene, just like, nailing it. And so they call him Little Stevie, and he never really outgrew that moniker, Little Stevie. Well, Little Stevie is a tall dude. That dude is tall, and when I walked past him, I was kind of like, hey, all right, that's Stevie Wonder. There's no, obviously there's no mistaking that it's Stevie Wonder, but he's tall in real life. I'll just put it that way. I'm 5'10". He's tall. He's like six. He's like 6'6", I want to say 6'5". He's tall. My dad's 6'4". I think he's like 6'6", probably. I don't know. You guys can look it up. Crazy Cat Woman, or CCW. She likes to look things up. Will you look and see how tall CCW? Will you look and see how tall Stevie Wonder is? Hey, P to the J is here. Patrick Johnson, what's up? I need that for my book. I've seen him at the Durbin's auction. Oh, jeez. Are you 5 years old, Patrick Johnson? Patrick, I totally understand now what you're saying. Boatman, I think you're slick. Hi, Boatman. Have you seen Stevie's new piano? Neither has he. Oh, Spud, you had to go there, buddy. I know, it's late night, it's the lounge. He's 6 feet tall. He's taller than I thought he was. He might not be that tall, but he's definitely taller than I thought he was. Per Alexi, he's 6 feet tall. Okay, 6 feet even. All right, well, goes to show you don't ever know. He seems taller in real life. And that's a lot of things too. And people say that I look taller in real life, or I seem like taller. And that's a really good compliment. I really do believe it. I'm sticking to that. Thank you guys for fact checking me. I was 6 inches off. I was a full eggplant off. I'm gonna stop now. Sim Benji, hi buddy. I think he's from Australia. Whew. All right. Well, now that that's been established, I appreciate you all for tuning in and chiming in with the facts for that. And V-Rose, no, that's not the true story. And I can take your wrench away, and I can, hide that comment that you just made, Cuzzy. His personality is big, real big. Got a big show tonight, real big, like Tipo or Topo Gigio, Tipo Jojo. Never off, just mistaken. I don't know, man. G'day, Simbunji. That's elevator small talk, Mr. Knack-Knack. I know. I'm doing like this this superficial small talk elevator. All right, I'll give you guys a hug. Come here. All right, that feels better. He's laughing at you. Little Stevie Wonder. All right. Well, I feel like I've offended you. I need to make it right. So let me sing a song for you all. This goes out to Bigfoot mostly. I'm just kidding. It goes out to all of you. Fall is here, hear the yell, back to school, ring the bell, brand new shoes, walking blues, climb the fence, books and pens, I can tell we're gonna be friends. I can tell we're gonna be friends. Walk with me, Susie Lee, through the park and by the tree. We will rest upon the ground and look at all the bugs we found. We'll safely walk to school without a sound. We'll safely walk to school without a sound. Here we are, no one else. We walk to school all by ourselves. There's dirt on our uniforms from chasing all the ants and worms. We clean up and now it's time to learn. We clean up and now it's time to learn. Numbers, letters, learn to spell. Nouns and books and show and tell. Playtime, we'll throw the ball. Then back to class and through the hall. Teacher marks are hired against the wall. Teacher marks are hired against the wall. And we don't notice any time pass. We don't notice anything. We sit side by side in every class. Teacher thinks that I sound funny, but she loves the way that Mr. V-Rose sings. Good night, boatman, boatman. I hope that you have a wonderful day tomorrow. Tomorrow is Tuesday, and I'd like to say good evening to Kino. Mine, I hope that you are fine. My friend Kino, mine, I hope you're fine. My friend Kino, mine, I hope you are fine. And everybody else too. Good night, boatman, boatman. If anybody else has to bump out, as Spud says, I understand. But Boatman, as I say, I think you're slick. Good night, my friend. Ken of mine, it's so great to see you in the chat. Thomas Buckley, V Rose, Spud Lee, Skate Army, CCW, Passion Art by Jessica, Simbunji, Coin. Woo! Patrick Johnson, Bigfoot Yeti. Does anybody know what these like hearts are that are flying up? That's a new thing, and Mary brought that up earlier. Anybody like who live streams like see live like hearts flying up from the chat? It's a strange new sensation. Everybody's talking about a new sensation. I don't know what that means, but all of a sudden I see like these little like ascending hearts. I can't see him in Oz. Spud has no idea. He can't see him. Viros, do you see like hearts like flying up in the chat, or Kenamine or Patty? Passion art? I'm not sure. I don't know why that sent you some love. Yeah, I don't know where they come from. How does that happen? Oh, there we go. And emojis. All these like now hundreds. Are people putting those in the... It's really weird. On the right side of the chat, they're putting in like 100 and then like these celebratory... I'm not sure how that works. Some people can see them and some people can't. I think if you're on your computer, you can see them. Maybe not. Desktop. Let me check the tablet. I think you can see them if you're on your computer. I have the hearts too. I hit the heart and the celebration. Giving you likes. I don't know where it comes from. Yeah. It's strange. It's kind of new, and people were talking about it earlier. I think Mary Belial was saying something about it. Giving you likes, but it's still going, and I think it's something more than that, honestly, Thomas and everybody, because there's 17 people in here and 19 likes, which is awesome, and I appreciate you all. But it's still going. That's why it's like making me like, how does that still? There's something that people are putting in there, which, I mean, they're all positive. I just don't, it's something strange that I've never, this YouTube land I don't understand. It makes me think like the Cro-Magnon from, it was a Saturday Night Live skit where it's like these Cro-Magnon man skits where they would be like, I'm just a, you know, he was a frozen man or something. I think it was Phil Hartman. It was a Phil Hartman character. It's kind of like he was Cro-Magnon Man, but I don't think that was the name of him. Alright, Simbunji gets it. A lot of people do. Okay, I understand. I have them next to my chat bar, but not on occasion. Alright. It's distracting and affecting my Tourette's, says Mr. Viros. Yeah, I don't know. We got to talk to the YouTube about that. We're tapping it. Oh, okay. I didn't know how that happened. All right, here we go. And I got my mouth open, of course. Of course, he catches me with my mouth open. Oh, what the? Can's confused with technology, huh? Well, at least he's wearing some pretty cool clothes or something. What? It's aesthetically pleasing, says our friend Steph sells stuff by the seashore. Huh? I'm Can. What? All right. Anyways, so here's what they're doing. They're hitting these. There we go. Thank you, Speedy, for making that clear to us, and more than anything, thanks for just capturing that completely lost face of another lost angel in the city of lost angels. Can Collectibles. I'm confused. Unfrozen caveman lawyer. Texas Joe, yes. I'm just a caveman. I'm just a simple caveman lawyer who's been unfrozen. Texas Joe, man. Leave it to Texas Joe. I love that guy. Roomy. What's happening, buddy? That's so funny. He nailed it. It was a Phil Hartman. I knew it was a Phil Hartman character. Texas Joe nailed it. That's so funny. I'm so glad to see you, Texas Joe. I feel like I need to play like a Texas Joe type song. I messed up. I really did. But Texas Joe came and he set me straight. I'm telling you, I couldn't figure it out for the life of me. But Texas Joe came and he set me straight. I thank you, my buddy. Don't know what I'd do without you. You just listening while I'm laying down. I thought I'd help you out, he said. I really thank you, my brother Texas Joe. And I say, I don't know what I'd do without you. Sometimes though. Alright, that's enough of that. He's gonna lay down and I'm gonna like keep him up, and I'm not trying to do that, see. Good to see you, Texas Joe. Gotta go, break is over. Good night, Simbungy Coin Adventures. I hope you have a good rest of your shift. Thanks for stopping in and chilling with us. Hey, that's my signature deer in the headlight look. that was Kinemine. Oh, cool. So that's what Kinemine looks like. I always wonder what Kinemine looked like, and now I know. Hold on one second. She looks like... You guys, if in the tribe, if you ever want to know what Kinemine looks like, she looks like this. Awesome. Me too. See, you know, these things are important. They're significant. You're welcome, Texas Joe. I'm glad that you like the song. These things are important to know, that like we can really like vibe on this type of level. I'm just kidding. This level is interesting. I'm going to run to the restroom and also get safe, and I'm gonna show you quickly while I'm gone. This one is not for sale. I sold the Amadeus coin, the Mozart. This one is not for sale, but I will show it to you because it's my new, one of my favorite coins. It's another one of the masters. It's Fuzzy! Ludwig van Beethoven. This one is 62.5% silver. And it's the Ludwig van Beethoven. 1970. Deutschland, Deutschland. That's Germany. Alright, I'll be right back too. Everybody take a chill pill. See you in, as Chuck Woolery says, 2 and 2. But yeah, this is a cool Deutschland, Deutschland. This one's not for sale because I just really like it that it's Beethoven, and I like that it has 27. And there's many things that I like about the coin, but this one's just until I come back for show. Cheers, everyone. Glad that you're hanging out. Hope that you're doing well. Hi, everybody. I've been working on a song, and this song is it's one that's really special to me, and it's one that's difficult even to sing. It's not difficult to sing the words. It's not difficult to sing the melody. It's not difficult to sing. Uh, I'm just gonna sing it for you, and it's a song by Leonard Cohen. I don't know if you know who he is, and if you don't, please look him up. But it's a song called "Bird on the Wire." Like a bird on the wire, like a drunk in some midnight choir, I've tried in my way to be free. Like a worm on a hook, like a knight from some old-fashioned book, I've saved all my ribbons for thee. If I've been unkind, hope that you just let it go by. If I've been untrue, hope that you know it was never to you. Like a baby stillborn, like a beast with his horn, I've torn everyone who reached out for me. But I swear by this song and by all that I've done wrong, I will make it all up to thee. Saw a beggar leaning on his wooden crutch. He said to me, "You might not ask for so much." A pretty woman leaning in her darkened door, she looked at me and said, "Why not ask for more?" Like a bird on the wire, like a drunk in some midnight choir, I've tried in my way to be free. Like a bird on the wire, like a drunk in a midnight choir, I have tried in my way to be free. Man, that song rips me a little bit, but I hope it does something for you, and thank you to Mr. Leonard Cohen for writing a lot of beautiful songs, but that song is one of the ones I really like. Definitely William. You know, and William Tell, I've heard that, you know, not just from you, and I, you know, I've heard it from other people in the coin community about others that inspire them and just help them to keep going and carry on, and Thomas relates, and so many of us relate. William Tell, like, we're people. We're all just figuring stuff out. Like we need each other. No man is an island. I don't believe that for a second. Or I do believe that like that no man is an island. I gotta think of how I said it. uh, yeah, we all it's people helping people. We learn from each other. We learn from our own mistakes, but we learn from others. Obviously, it's a it's a community. Like it's a breathing kind of thing. It's something that you can go into different areas too, and it's all see the same people. You'll hear similar messages, maybe delivered in different ways. And it's all fine. It's all fine as long as it's positive, as long as it's something that like people can relate to and also like feel a part of, and if it's a safe place, that's the whole key. If somebody's hosting a party, you want the host of the party to be a stand-up person, you know so think of it that way, I guess, in YouTube terms too. And I kind of I do implore people that I care about to think about it that way. And if understand, like, you guys are in my living room right now, or my home or whatever, and yeah, of course you see like the my couch, and you see me and this and that, but like there's you know there's like a limit to what you see though too. And I think like as long as like people like come on and they're sincere and they're trustworthy. That's the other thing. Like, you have to be trustworthy, and the only way to garner and to establish trust is to do the right thing first of all, and then to do that over time. If you do the right thing and you do the right thing consistently over time, therefore you're trustworthy. Like, seriously, that's the way the world operates. Like, and that's the way I think the world should operate. Or that isn't the way necessarily the world operates. I wish it were that cut and dry, but it's not. Like, good things don't always happen to good people, and I understand that. But like, in YouTube land, or whatever we're doing right here, if you're consistent and you're honest and truthful, and you have integrity, you'll be able to keep doing it. If not, you disappear, like the PE Stacker, Corey Coolbaugh, like the Colorado Cabochons, and whoever that other person is. And there have been many who just like drop out. I can think of that other guy, I can't remember who he is actually. It's like, it doesn't matter, like, because they took advantage of people. They're scumbags. Quite honestly, they're just, you call them what they are. They're grifters. They're scumbags. They're the people who took advantage of people. And and honestly, like, I will call it the way it is. Like, if you're a scumbag, you're a scumbag, and if you've been proven to be a scumbag, there's you can try to repair your life, but it's not going to be with people that you still owe money to. Corey Coolbaugh, Colorado Coins and Cabochons. Clear your name by clearing your debt, by clearing what you did wrong, or at least making some sort of amends. And these people, they haven't. They just disappear. Oh God, I wish I could remember that other guy, because he totally took advantage of some people that I care about too, but I can't remember what the guy's name is. Ringmaster Ray, what's up, buddy? And trust me, I'm not like on some like crusade, but I am about truth, and I'm not afraid to like speak the truth. And trust me, you can go back in my history and see where I called out these two people, the aforementioned people, and the only reason I called them out is because they were the ones who I was the one that they confessed to. They've been ripping off the coin community for years, and they confessed to me, both of them, because I threw the pedal down, pardon my French, on both of them, and I got them both to confess that they had been ripping us off. And they did. They both confessed to me. So that is part of my history too. I will tell you guys that. It's all documented. Everything that I'm saying is the absolute truth. And I'm not afraid to like, I don't back down from anybody in real life or on YouTube. Trust me. Like, but I want, and I want the best for everybody. But when somebody crosses us, like, man, like I'm protective, like a bear, you know, or a mama, you know, deer for their fawn, or, you know, however you want to look at it. Like, I'm not going to let anybody rip us off. If I know somebody's doing it, I will be a whistleblower. Believe it. And I have been. So, like, hi, Mrs. Chef Yoda. Good evening, peep. It was Corey Coolbaugh is how his name was. P.E. Stacker is Corey Coolbaugh. That's the one person, and then the other person was Brian Wygand. Wygand, I think his name is. I'll say his real name on YouTube. I don't care. Brian Wiegand, I think his name is. Because he's a crook, you know. He's a fraud. I'll say his real name on YouTube if they're a fraud and they've like ripped people off of thousands of dollars. Anyways, I'm gonna show a little. I'm back to, and it is all love what I'm saying right now, but I know I'm getting kind of like like. This is from Averkurt, the Aardvark. Wishing you a blessed day today and always. Love you, bro. I have to come back to the positivity. I choose to come back to the positivity. Mrs. Chef Yoda's in here. She's like an old school friend. And I honestly, it's kind of ugly when you do that, or, you know, but I say that to remind people or to like alert people, and I guess, and then we move on and we keep it moving. And I'm a big proponent of keeping it moving, like, because it's easy to stay stuck in a place of like bashing people, or just like, oh, and then somebody else, or they're connected with them, and it's like that's not the point. The point was to like alert people that like these things happen and it's happened in the past, but also that like I will protect people in terms of like, and I hope other people protect each other, and I know that I'm not the only one who's outed people, and I don't profess to be the only one who's outed people, you know. But when you have information about somebody, it's important to bring that to the community. That's all I'm saying. Be a good steward to the community and a protector, you know, and just a good person. Like, just be a good person. Wasn't the guy called Applestack or something supposed to do more investigation? He looked into it, and I know honestly that I was approached, honestly, Mrs. Chef Yoda, by one of the bigger channels, and said, and they came to my aid, honestly, and they said to me, and I didn't actually know this, that I know this person now, kind of, you know. I respect this person. I want to say, first of all, and I won't say who they are, because it's him and his wife that run their channel. That's all I'll say. And I do respect them, and I didn't know them at the time, and they what they what they said to me during this Corey Coolbaugh, the PE stacker thing, when he ripped us off, a lot of people for years. He said, Can, I know that this happened to you, and it happened to other people as well, and I'm, you know, if you want to get that money back, I'll help you, you know, go after him and get this money back. And my hand to God, I said to him, and I said this on a live stream. He came into one of my live streams. This is documented too. I don't know when, I don't know what this live stream was, but my hand to God was, he came in and he said to me, I will, like, you know, help you get this money back from PE Stacker. For it was like $1,000. It was about $1,000 is what I'm talking about. That's what we're talking about. And I said to him in a live stream, I said, I've let it go. It's too painful to me. That's basically what I said to him. And he understood, and I said, and I said, everybody who's donated has let it go, and yes, we would love to get that $1,000 back, and yes, I would love to give, you know, each person their money back, but each person that donated had said to me, Can, don't worry, this is not on you, this is completely fine, we don't need our money back, you know. And this is as real as it gets. Like, seriously, in the coin community, this person took advantage of a lot of us. And this big channel wanted to help me personally and the people that had gotten taken advantage of. And I said to them, with all due respect, thank you. And I really do thank them to this day for offering to help and to go after him and put the pressure on. I put as much pressure on him as I could, and I got the confession. Therefore, I could go to everybody in the coin community. I went live, and I didn't even, I don't know if I went live. I did go live with the Durbins. It was either, I don't know if I went live with the Durbins for, I'm not sure which of the two I went live with them. It doesn't matter. What matters is that we did what was right. We stood up for what was right, and this big channel wanted to help me to send money back to people, but I had said to him, everybody that donated really is at peace with it, and we just gave to give. We thought his daughter was dead or dying of cancer. We thought his wife was dead. You know, we gave. And therefore, like, we didn't expect anything back, and so I said to the person, thank you, but to do that would be too painful, I think, for all of us, to try to get $1,000 back. At this point, it was like, why? But a lot of, like, really, really beautiful things came from, like, such an awful thing, and really one of the most beautiful things that I can think of was that people kind of let their guard down in terms of, like, who they kind of tighten their circle, I guess, a little bit. Green plastic watering can. for fake Chinese rubber plant and the fake plastic earth. Bought from a rubber man in a town full of rubber plants to get rid of itself. And it wears her out. It wears her out. It wears her out. It wears her out. She lives with a broken man, cracked by the styrene man, who just crumbles and burns. He used to do a surgery for girls in the 80s, but gravity always wins, and it wears him out. It wears him out. It wears him out. It wears. She looks like the real thing. She tastes like the real thing. My fake plastic love. I can't help the feeling could blow through the ceiling if I just turn and run. And it wears me out. It wears me out. It wears me out. It wears me out. And if I could be who you wanted, if I could be who you wanted all the time, all the time, yeah, yeah, yeah. CLMK, good night, my friend. Hello, everything's gonna be okay. The Travis Strong and love you right wins. I wish you never had to feel what those jerks cause. We need to kind of have, it's the yin and the yang, you know what I mean? CLMK, like, we need to understand that, like, everything that happens for a reason, and people are brought into our lives for a reason, and it's perspective. And I know, like, you don't want anyone you care about to hurt, and I didn't want the people, and that was the burden I think that I felt the most in that whole thing with both of them, is that I felt responsible for people donating. I said these people are. And that's when the big shift happened, honestly. And I will tell you guys this. After, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So it was like, after that second one, that's when we really stopped with the Coin Tribe or with Can Collectibles, and then the Coin Tribe just doing like an auction for a person. That's when we really started to like shift and go to small organizations. And unfortunately, that's the reason why. I'm being as honest with you all as I can. 2 times it happening with, a lot of money at stake that people had donated. We weren't ready to do that anymore. And I'm not ready to do that anymore, to just like, unless people put up their own things, or unless we offer to, out of, respect and things like that, there's no way that we can just keep doing this like for individuals. We have to do it for small organizations. And that's why we choose small organizations to do it for, because we want our money to go as far as it can. And with a small organization that we donate to, that money can go that much further, I think, than if we gave like $2,000 or something to, like, say St. Jude's, which St. Jude's is a great organization, and I brought that up because, I know that we were able as a community to raise so much for St. Jude's through, Ida and her team. But for us to give, like, a couple thousand or 3,000 to St. Jude's, it would do great, but it wouldn't be like, how much they were able to raise in 2 days. So therefore, like, if we raise one, third of that even, and gave it to a smaller organization, I think they would be able to spend that money much more impactfully, and much more liberally, for more people. And that's what we want. We just want to help as many people as we can and bring as many smiles to as many faces as we can. And that's the whole point of doing it. And thank you all for the digital hugs. And I see it and I feel it. I do. Good night, Passion Art for Jessica, or by Jessica. God bless, my friend. You and your family. I know that you're. When I saw you, was that one of your relatives that had a 300 bowling game? I think one of her relatives or friends. 300 bowling game. That's like. That was impressive. Right on, furry plants and coins. And yeah, and let's get on to the positive. Like, it's really about like love and understanding, and I don't want to go backwards into like things that were difficult for people, and like I say, let's keep it moving. I want to like recognize, and I know that sometimes it takes things like this for people to like, or for me sometimes to process things, and for other people to like, share things, and trust me, I get it, like, but I also don't want to like dwell on like just negative stuff, because it's easy to stay in that place. We all have demons and darkness we fight, and I have always been clear with all. I have always been tried to do the right thing, and have been burned, but that is my penance. And exactly, Monkey King, you and I understand that completely, because and somebody, when that happened, Monkey King Metals and everyone, they said something, and I'll comment on this, and then we're absolutely gonna change the subject. They said to me, well, they gave this analogy, and they were like, something about when there's a fire, and a snake is in the fire, and the snake, is burning. A man reaches in to grab the snake, or a woman reaches in to grab the snake, and the person gets bitten, and the person's friend says, and the person drops it in the fire, and then the person goes to grab the snake again, and then the person's friend says, why are you doing that? Like, why would you go and like, and finally, and the person then grabs the snake and puts it down and saves the snake. And the person's friend says, why would you like do that? You knew you were going to get bitten or whatever. And it's like, well, the snake is just being the snake. They're being true to their nature. The snakes, bite and they protect themselves, and I'm just being true to my nature. I'm a helper, and I was helping the snake, and it was they, and I hope that translates. But that was essentially what they said to me in that moment of dealing with all of this that I had aforementioned with the coin community, like, and somebody really ripping us off, badly. And they're like, don't, be careful not, and they didn't tell me what to do, but they were like, just be careful not to be contrary to who you are. Just understand that you are, and they are, and just, that's the way it is. And it was such a pragmatic way of looking at it. It was such a very direct way, and it helped. It really helped in that moment, and I thank that person honestly. And if they watch, they'll know who they are. But ahoy, hi Sea Monkey Metals. It's good to see you, buddy. But that really helped in that moment to, and that's all I want to say about all of that. But when you're challenged and you have people that really can reach out and help you, and I have proof of that. You all, I think a lot of you have proof of that. And if you haven't had proof of it yet, it will happen to you with the people that you're surrounding yourselves with. And that's what I want to focus on now, is surrounding yourselves with people that are positive and people that will like do the right thing when the chips are held against them. When things are going great, people will, they'll say and they'll do the right, things, or the proper things. But when things are really like, when shit hits the fan, right? That's when you really get the mark of a person. You see what a man or a woman is like in those moments. I think in this chat, I think in this like tribe thing that we have going, and the tribe is not an exclusive club. The tribe is a way of life. The tribe is a way of thinking about life in a better like manner, thinking about like the way that you don't see life in your everyday life. That's what the tribe is about. That's what the tribe is. The tribe is what we don't see in everyday life. We're making it what we want. It's not an exclusive club. As long as you're kind, as long as you have integrity, you're in. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect, and I get that. I've made mistakes with people in the tribe. I've made mistakes, along the way, but I know that what I'm doing is the right thing, and I know that like I don't have anything to hide. I don't have to look over my shoulder. When you do the right thing, you don't have to look over your shoulder. And I don't live in fear. I really don't. Like there's something about like truly like living like without fear. And it doesn't mean that I'm never afraid. And it's kind of funny because I'm not a happy person. If somebody asked me, Can or Chris, I think a lot of you know my real name. Doesn't matter. Like, again, I'm not like hiding from anybody. If they said to you, are you a happy person? I would say no. But I can have moments where I feel happy. I have happy moments. I have happy times, for sure. But I don't feel overall like I'm a happy person. And it's kind of that like that with a few things, that like it's it's not just like this or that. It's not black or white. I don't mean it like it's black or white with and I'm not even exactly sure how I want to convey what I'm trying to say about that, but the analogy was like black or white in terms of it sounded, I guess, when I said it was like I'm not happy, and it doesn't mean that I'm not happy. It just means that if somebody were to ask me, am I overall a happy person, I would probably say no, because I don't think I am. I think I can enjoy happy moments, and I think I know I can, embrace, feel good times, but I don't think I live in that place yet. And I think that's what I was talking about at the end of when I was talking about Bob Marley at the end of the auction, where it's like heaven on earth, and like finding that way of like that's what I seek. That's what I like go after. That's the buzz I'm trying to like catch, right? Is that life buzz, that real kind of like groove. That groove where it's like where you're truly untouchable, unfuckwithable. I'm close to it. It's like it's something that like that is really close, and I can almost taste what it feels like, but it's not quite there yet. Hey Rick Howe, thanks for being a member of the balcony for 16 months. Uh, I gotta think of the song. Home, home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word. Sky's not cloudy all day. Smart people are always several steps ahead. Yeah, and that's kind of a good feeling, right, William? William Tell? And you must never, I'm not talking to you specifically, I think we must never mistake kindness for weakness, because some of the kindest people are some of the most ruthless people. If it comes down to it, and I think that I think in terms of like there there's a way to look at it, and I do believe that this is something, and it's not a machismo way of looking at it. I don't think. I hope not, because it has nothing to do with like male energy or female energy. I think it has to do with just when you have this kind of mindset that you don't value other people's opinions and it's extrinsic versus intrinsic rewards or motivation. Extrinsic is everything outside of yourself. Intrinsic is everything inside of yourself. So inside, X, outside. So intrinsic motivation or rewards could be like, well, reward could say like, okay, after the auction, I could be like, internally I was like, yeah, I felt good about that auction. Like I feel like that went well and people had a good time, and I enjoyed it. So therefore I rewarded myself first. Then when I see in the chat, or if somebody texts me or emails me or calls me after the fact, hey, that was a great auction, Can, or hey, that was fun, or that was, well, I've already like rewarded myself, so therefore it's like, okay, well, thank you, and this and that, but I didn't have to. I wasn't working for that, or I wasn't going for that. That's just kind of, the icing on the cake. as it were. But if you have the cart before the horse, then it's like you're only looking for the adoration or the what's happening in the chat, and you're only looking for the pat on the back, and you're only looking for that, like, you did great, can you're a stand up guy, buddy. If you're only going for that, then you're looking outside extrinsically for those rewards. You're extrinsically motivated. You're extrinsically seeking out something that that you should probably find within first. Therefore, if you find it within, you can see it with others. But if you get it backwards, it sometimes, and most times, will bite you in the ass, I guess, is kind of the best way of explaining it. I learned, for me, life is happiest making others smile, or they know that they matter. And it's simple to kind of do that. It's so simple to really like give something, especially compliments to others. It takes nothing away from you. Read my last message. Let me look. Did you get mail from Mobile Coins to give to Spudley for his birthday? No, I have not yet. Cat's Crazy Woman. I have not gotten an email from Larry Legend yet. Hey, Perry. Good to see you, buddy. That's why I try hard to come to the auction. Why is that? William, you've been amazing, William Tell, and a lot of you have, but I don't know a lot of you. I know who. I know some of you, like, literally from seeing you and meeting you. I don't know others of you. I know what some of you look like. I don't know what others of you look like. A kin of mine, I know what she looks like. I'm just playing. Me when that amazed look or confused look. Some people feel more deeply than others, and it's a heavy burden. It takes time to realize we can't fix everything. That's true too, kin of mine. And boundaries and realizing what you can and can't control, and what you should and what you shouldn't even bite onto. I agree with that wholeheartedly, kin of mine, and everybody. Because we make each other happy, win or lose. I think you've done a lot to make a lot of people happy, William Tell. I will definitely say that, and a lot of you, like, in the chat, make people incredibly happy. What's up? What happened tonight, Gypsy Wolves? You weren't there. Oh, how did we get on the? Oh, geez, we're not gonna go back to that. Yes, we will feed the good wolf. It came up as like I think kind of as an analogy for, like, being your true self. Honestly, I think that's kind of how it came to be, and I'm not going to go back to it, Gypsy, but I think it's like kind of being your true self, and like the snake biting the person who's trying to get it out of the fire, but their friend is like saying, why would you do that when you know it's going to bite you? And it's like, well, I'm a helper, and I just, that's my true nature, and the true nature of the snake is to bite. The snake is just being a snake, and I'm just being me, and you're right. Feed the good wolf, and we love you, Gypsy Wolves. There are so many people who have come into my life who are in this chat right now that I really just, like, I gotta say, I'm really happy to see all of you. Truly. I want to look at you and, like, truly let you know this has been a few years in the making, and here we are. It's heartwarming. It's really heartwarming. We all have so much to offer each other. That's the whole thing. We all have something to give each other, and you all have given me so much in the chat. Like, I honestly want to say that, like, you've given me things that you have, each one of you individually have given me something that you have no probable recollect or like comprehension of how or what, but you each individually have and continue to. And I guess that's the most like encouraging and happy part about it, is that and you're continuing to. I'm gonna run and go get safe for a minute, but I want to find something interesting to put under there for you while I go. I won't be long, and I know that you all enjoy each other's company in the chat, and that is like the best feeling, quite honestly. I'll be right back, y'all. Thanks for coming by. Good night, Tina. If you're taking off furry plants and coins, I gotta go. Wake up early. Good night, my friend. We love you, furry plants and coins. Little black submarines, operator, please put me back on the line. Told my girl I'll be back, operator, please. This is wrecking my mind. What can it be? Voices calling me, they get lost and out of time. Should've seen it glow. Everybody knows that a broken heart is blind. That a broken heart is blind. Pick you up, let you down when I wanna go to a place I can't hide. You know me, I had plans, but they've just disappeared to the back of my mind. What can it be? Those voices calling me, they get lost and out of time. I should have seen it glow, but everybody knows that a broken heart is blind. That a broken heart is blind. Treasure maps, foreign trees, operator, please put me back when it's time. Stolen friends and disease, operator, please. This is wrecking my mind. What can it be? Those voices calling me, they get lost and out of time. Should have seen it glow, but everybody knows that a broken heart is blind. A broken heart is blind. What can it be? Those voices calling me, they get lost and out of time. I should have seen it glow, but everybody knows that a broken heart is blind. That a broken heart is blind. That a broken heart is blind. That's the Black Keys. Seriously, this group really does help keep one together. So many. Now there are so many. And Ken kept saying not chasing numbers. The numbers chased him. I'm so glad to have met all of you. Right on, CLMK. I love you too, my friend. We love you. We all love you. Like, everyone, like, there's so much giving and receiving of love. It's the best thing, truly. All right, I'm gonna Richard Metcalf. Hi, brother. Skeet Army. All right, I'm gonna play this one first, Spud. It's a Bob Marley song. It's called Redemption Song. Pirates, yes, they rob I, so lie to the merchant ships. Minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit, but my head was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We fought in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? Is all I ever had are redemption songs, redemption songs. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Ooh, some say it's just a part of it. We got to fulfill this book. Won't you help to sing another song of freedom? All I ever had are redemption songs, redemption songs. These songs of freedom, these songs of freedom. Sing on with me, children, in every day now, in every way now, in every day now, and in every way. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Whoa, have no fear for atomic energy. None of them can stop at the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Yes, some say it's just a part of it. We got to fulfill this book. Won't you help to sing another song of freedom? These songs of freedom. I want a scoop, baby, a scoop, scoop-a-doop. Hi, Scoop. Good to see you, friend. Bringing the positivity, always on the bright side of life. We all must stay on the bright side of life. P to the J knows what I'm talking about. I know you all know what I'm talking about, but we all need reminders sometimes, right? It's good to see you, Scoop. Good to see you, Richard Metcalf. My youngest son loves that song. It's the first one he plays when he picks up the guitar. Nice. That's Spud's favorite one, for sure. I'm glad that he likes it and I can play it and other people can vibe off it too. Heidi ho. And you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone. I think, honestly, pardon me, I didn't do this justice last time I played it, I don't think, and I think I can do it a little better now. And this one goes out to Spud again, but it goes out to everyone, because this is really one of those songs that, like, it hit a nerve with me when Spud used to play it, and I would listen to him play it on his live streams, and he would play it from the original artist. I think it was the original artist, and the original artist is called The Angels, and the song is called Love Takes Care. And it's funny because it's a love song. Oh, second fret. That's the second fret. Okay. I got it. Okay. Well, I seen you in the moon mist where I have lived before, and I seen you in the courtyard of 1,000 doors. And when I thought you were all alone, love takes care of its own. It's a phony situation you bring on yourself when you start to think there's nobody else. Spread your wings, the sun ain't made of stone, and love takes care of its own. Looking at the skyline, it's so fine. This time with you. This time with you. Time with you. Time with you, baby. This time with you. Now that all the cynics laugh, be the first to leave, and who can adjust to the truth or make believe? Pour that wine I make into the bone. Love takes care of its own. I've seen you in the moon mist, I have lived before, and I've seen you in the courtyard of 1,000 doors. When I thought you were all alone, love takes care of its own. Don't you know love takes care of its Love Takes Care of Its Own. It's a song by the Angels out of Australia. And we do. We definitely take care of ourselves, of our own. Better ask if you don't know. Hey, Jack Allman. Good to see our brother and protector. Jack's here. Spud Lee, you got yours, buddy? He's probably wearing his, I'm sure. This is the I need to wear it. Jack Allman is our brother and protector. He gifted me the handmade necklace with the bear claw. And also the medicine bag. Thank you, brother. Love you, my man. That's cheating. Who's cheating? Spud, are you cheating? I'm not sure. I know that was crazy, CLMK, to when, and it was documented. I think when Jack Allman has it on his video when people are signing the skateboard, the first, I'm talking like 7 out of the first 9 were lefties. It was really like that skewed. There were so many lefties that were like, oh, hand them the Sharpie. They're like, grab it in their left hand, and they'll start clawing, and I'm like, another lefty. And people were like mentioning in the room, another lefty. Oh my God, another lefty. And they started counting. I'm not sure what the end result is. We'll have to. That'll be fun to like. Once we have, that's a great little thing to find out. Like once we get it back, or when one of us, I don't know how we can like. That's gonna be like a. Everyone email can and tell us if you signed it with your left or right hand. I'll be like blown away. I'll be like, wait, what? No, please don't do that yet. I can't deal with that right now. Gypsy, that's gonna come to you for sure. Patrick Johnson, that's gonna come to you. Oh, Patrick, do you want it? P to the J. Do you want us to send it to you, the skateboard? Because you're in the Northeast. I haven't asked you yet. I know Scoop is on the West Coast. I know that Gypsy Wolves is on the West Coast. Oh, William Tell, you're on the East Coast. William, do you want it as well? William, I didn't even ask you. I gotta ask William. He's on the East Coast in the Northeast. I'm telling everybody where. I shouldn't probably tell people where other people live. Sorry, William. William is from parts unknown. Patrick has let people know that he's from Vermont. He gives the great syrup. I still eat that syrup to this day. And I have one big bottle. P to the J, Patrick Johnson. Thank you, man. Skateboard being turned as we all learn to ride it. So fun. Oh, William, I'm not sure if you know, I have a skateboard on its way. A bunch of us have signed it. Actually, I'll show you quickly. I have a picture of it. It'll be easier than just showing you a blank skateboard. And this is for everybody. Honestly, anybody in the chat who wants it. All you need to... Oh, I don't have one. Oh, I thought I had one. Oh, I do. Okay. I do have a picture of it. More people have signed it as well. But all it is not all it is, but it's a blank skateboard deck that I brought to California, or I brought from California to Florida, and I think there are 25 signatures on it maybe now. And so essentially what we're doing is we're sending it to everybody who wants it in the tribe to sign it and then send it. So you can hold on to it for a little while and enjoy it, and then for a couple weeks or something, and then mail it to the next person. And that's kind of what we've chosen to do with it. I'm at the very top, can/knack. You got Biggie 143, you got Jack Gallman from Marion, North Carolina, you have CLMK, you got Gunny, you got Ramno, you got... That's James Butler, I think, that really messed up signature there. Mark Scarlatta. You got Pop Can and Mama Can. You got Mrs. Gunny. You got Coin Crew Keith. You got Angel from Coin Crew. CLMK's sister, who's now misbehaving, MKCL. You got Kathy Little. She's here tonight. Speedy and Kathy. You got Mark Scarlata and Maria, his lady friend. And that's Living the Dream, Uncle Robert, Flag City Parts. So it's basically going to go around to people in the coin tribe that want it, and as long as you're willing to pay the shipping to go to the next person, it'll come to you. And you know, like, sign it small. You know, obviously there are not a lot of places to sign it, and it's going to be displayed this way. So obviously you want to have it on the front, but if you can't have it on the front, sign on the back as it gets, you know, more and more, you know, to more and more people. So that's the thought of it. It was just basically one of these fun things for the tribe to, like, send around to people, and I don't know who's going to end up with it. I think people will just enjoy sending, you know, it to others, and maybe it'll sit behind me for a little bit, and it's not going to end up with me, though. I don't feel like it's going to end up with me. It's going to end up somewhere else. I don't know where. Yo, neighbor. Hi, Silver Hair Seeker. Great to see you, brother. Mama Can and Pop Can. Yeah, they're both on there. And, yep, we'll have a lot more awesome people on there, too. But, yep, you got Pop Can right there and Mama Can. Mrs. Gunny right underneath them. Mr. V Rose. You got Mr. V Rose right there. I almost missed him. Mr. V Rose. We can't forget Cuzzy. I did. I almost missed him right there. Love that guy. If can't put Scoop on there for me. I don't have it right now. Who has it right now? I'm trying to think. Shroom Day has it right now. Shroom Day is sending it to Steve Liberty. So I'll tell you, I will tell you guys quickly. We figured this out the other night. We had it out. I had it worked out. Let me see if this is it. Nope. Oh, here it is. Alright, so Shroom Day has it right now. He's going to send it to Steve Liberty. Steve Liberty is going to send it to Always Wanting More Silver. Always Wanting More Silver is going to send it to Diamond Lou. And then there's somebody that I forgot, and if that person is in here right now after Diamond Lou, somebody on the East Coast, Pacific, or not Pacific, Atlantic, Northeast, like, they wanted it after Diamond Lou, and I can't remember who it is, but that's the trajectory right now. Shroom Day has it. It's going to Steve Liberty after Shrooms. Then from Steve, he's sending it to Always Wanting More Silver. Always Wanting More Silver is going to send it to Diamond Lou, and I can't remember who Diamond Lou has to send it to. That's on me. I'll figure it out. I don't know. I have a lot to keep track of. Hardcore Copper, hello. She's in the Midwest. If we send it to her, it'll be on the way to the East Coast, or to the West Coast from the East Coast. Can skate. SK8. I know, skate. Do a kickflip. Hey, Skate Army, do a kickflip. Has anyone seen the Skate Army deck that he gave me? Thomas, don't say how we can always figure out shipping costs. Yeah, exactly. Thomas, definitely. We can always figure out a shipping cost. The tribe can like, and for those of you who like want to and it can be discreet, send an email to me. Like we'll figure out a way to get it to you. If you're not able to send it to somebody else, we will absolutely find a way. We don't want to leave anybody out of like the process. If somebody wants it and they're not able to send it off to somebody else afterwards, contact us, me or Gunny, please. For real. I found a I found a special hat. I gotta wear it right now. I know I started the stream with a different hat, but I gotta wear the Snyder hat right now. This one is what is it? What is it? It's a hat. No. Um it's a skateboard. All it is a skateboard deck and what's the elf? It's like no, not. It's not like an elf on the shelf. That's not what I want. Is it like an elf on the shelf? No. What are those things that get? It's, it's like one of those gifts that gets recycled. No, I don't know. What it is, Hardcore Copper is it's a skateboard deck that's blank, and we put a sticker on it, and we started signing it at the fun show. And so there's a bunch of people that have signed it, and it's now it's being mailed out to people. And so people that want it, if you want to get it and sign it and have a little bit of time with it, basically we're sending it to people and letting them hold on to it for like a couple weeks, and if they wanna, it's like a chain letter, yeah. But you sign it and then I don't know who's gonna end up with it. I really don't, and maybe nobody will end up with it. Maybe it'll just keep going around and around and around and around for people to enjoy. I really don't know, but what I do know is that if you want to, sign it and have it for a couple weeks or something, hold on to it for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then 3 weeks I think is probably I mean that's almost a month. 2 to 3 weeks I think is because then you can you have enough time to like do something with it if you want to take it someplace and film it if you want to do like an elf on the shelf type kind of thing like that, or something. But basically it's kind of like do with it what you want, like put it behind you on a live stream and be like, or take it to your local grocery store and put it in the shopping cart like it's your baby. And I'm not going to give everybody their ideas, but you can have it for 2 to 3 weeks. Do with it what you will. People are going to get it after you though, so make sure that it's like cleanly, whatever you do. I have to show everyone one thing. My cousin, Mr. V Rose, I don't think he's here anymore. He might be, but his girlfriends are on this backpack. My hand to God, I'm in the bathroom. You can see I'm in the bathroom, clearly. You can see it's a bathroom. This guy had a Golden Girls backpack on in the bathroom. I said to him, hey, can I take a picture of your backpack? I had to. The reason I had to, Mr. V Rose. I mean, He knows why. Did it go to... Yes. You know what? Patrick Johnson... I don't remember who sent it to... Somebody sent it to Tizzo's, and then the Tizzo's hand-delivered it to Shroom Day. They got together... I have a picture. I won't show it because I don't know if Shroom Day wants his girlfriend, or if his girlfriend wants her picture shown. But the four of them got together in New York. The Tizzos drove down from New Hampshire to go to a show, a rock show, and hand delivered that skateboard deck to Shroom Day. So so there has been one hand delivery, and it's from the Tizzos to Shroom Day. And Shroom Day said it's too bad, and honestly, God, I'll tell you guys this as a piggyback story. Shroom Day said it's too bad that Big E has signed it already. He was in Florida with us, because if he didn't, I would have driven it to Shroom Day would have driven it to Big E, and yeah. Anyways, Green Hornet 103. You know I get happy when you get in the chat. Hey, Ken, good to see you, brother. Finally get to enjoy some beer. Cheers. Green Hornet is definitely one of the OGs of the channel. I've known Green Hornet longer than I've known Spud. But Green Hornet, I don't know him from kind of Adam, but I know him in this YouTube world. And Green Hornet has brought me at some points to be like, what? Anyways, hi Green Hornet 103. I'm gonna sing him a little song. God, douche. Green Hornet is back. All right, so. You never know when people will show up again. Cheers, Green Hornet. Cheers, Mrs. Chef Yoda. It's great to see you. Thanks, Jack Gallman, for protecting our tribe and being kind and meeting you in real person and as a real person in real life was quite amazing. And meeting Speedy, meeting Kathy, meeting Uncle Robert, trying to think who else, Flag City, James Butler. I had already known, or I had already met Mr. V. Rose. I had already met Ramno. I don't know. I don't want to forget people, but getting together with so many great people and really meeting you in real life outside of what we're doing in like a chat. There's a barrier, obviously, with the chat. There's a barrier, but when you all get together and you see each other in real life and you hear Flag City Parts car at 8 in the morning when he's going to the show. I haven't told people this story, but Flag City Parts would wake up, he's still here, and you'd hear him. You heard Flag City going to the coin show because you heard his damn car. It was funny. Flag City is definitely a true original. And I know, like, a lot of you know each other from a long time ago too. Like, there are some OGs in here, like like hardcore OGs. People like Tina. I gotta tell you, she might be one of the very oldest. Hardcore Copper might be one of the oldest, and also Furry Plants and Coins. And it's not about like, but there are some real OGs in here. There are some like super old school people that I know from a long time. It's great to see you. What was the strategy for the blackjack table, or what is the strategy for the blackjack table? I don't know. Whatever comes to me, like whatever kind of mood I'm in, I'll bet like that amount. But honestly, the poker table is where I'm really wanting to go to, and then for I know it's not the best odds and stuff, but the roulette game, I was picking numbers. For some reason, roulette I can pick numbers. I don't know why. Certain times, and I've done it on like the cruise I was on one time with my family. I'd come to dinner and I'd be like, I'm $800 up. I don't think I was $800 up. I think I was like $600 up. And I was like, I just kept hitting numbers on roulette. And they were like, what? I don't know. It happens sometimes. I gave my brother like the money that he lost. I convinced my brother. I didn't convince him. I was like, let's play in a poker tournament. And then he lost, and he bought back in, and I was like, I gave him everything that he lost and bought in on, and then I gave my mom some money, and then I kept some money, and so I think I made like $800 in like right before dinner, just literally one night before dinner on the cruise, off of like $50. I think I put $50 on roulette, and I just parlayed it. Obviously, that doesn't happen all the time, and it happens rarely. But when you can parlay like $50 into like 800 or 600, I really don't remember. It was like 600 or 800, but off of $50 in like an hour before dinner. That was kind of fun. And of course, that doesn't happen all the time. So I got, again, like, but when it does happen, it's really fun. Yeah, so long as it's not Russian roulette. No, I don't play that game. I don't recommend that to anyone, ever. Whether I like you or not, I don't recommend that game. Not allowed to wear 6 layers. 6 a 6-shooter? Man, this one finger keeps catching. I think both my pointer fingers, want to catch the strings.
Good night.
Good night. I love you too. Mrs. Cancan's going to bed. Both my pointer fingers are catching the strings and not where I want them to. I was trying to play a song earlier tonight. I think it was on the... It might have been on the stream here, but it was... Yeah, I think it was definitely on the stream here. No, it might have been on the auction. But every time I tried to... It was on the auction. Every time I tried to upstroke or up, because I don't play with a pick. I just use I use this finger and I use this finger basically to, yeah. And that's it. But for some reason, this part of this finger just kept catching on every single string. And so every time I try to upstring, upstroke or up strum, my other finger kept catching. It's the weirdest phenomenon. Did you tell Mrs. Can? No, I forgot. She's in the bedroom now. It's too late. I forgot to tell her about that, CCW. They're crooked. I know my fingers. I know my fingers are really crooked. Is that what you're talking about? My fingers are crooked for sure. When I was doing my weird finger Jedi trick. Well, do you know that I have a thumb that does some, I know it might freak people out, but I have a thumb that does some weird stuff. Bare magnetics, it's a simple bare magnetics, talking about no worries and no strife. It's the bare magnetics, the simple bare magnetics, talking about the bare magnetics of life. Time to get the amp out and crank it up to 11. I better do this before the lady goes to bed. She's coughing and not really worrying about what I'm doing, but if I start to really get too loud, she'll yell at me. Because it's probably like too late here. It's almost midnight. got a love that keeps me waiting. When you're here before, couldn't look you in the eye. You're just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You flow like a feather in a beautiful world, so very special. Wish I was special. I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't care if it hurts. I wanna have control. I want a perfect body, want a perfect soul. I want you to notice when I'm not around. So very special, and I wish I was special, but I'm a creep and I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here when I don't belong here? Oh, she's running out the door. She's running out to run, 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 whatever makes you happy, whatever you want, so very special. I wish I was special, but I'm a creep and I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here when I don't belong here? I don't belong here. Sometimes we all feel like that. Doesn't mean it's right. Doesn't mean it's wrong. Just means that we put it in a song. So put it in a song, sing it, shout it out, let people know you're different, and what about it? I'll be right back. All right, so here I am at 17 years old, soccer boy, team of champions, Harry Knack Knack. That is me. I am him. Check out my necklace. All right. Let's get down on it. Let's really look at what Knack Knack looked like at 17. Here I am at 17. No joke about it. That's me. 17. I got a bracelet, I got a necklace, I got long hair. What's up, 710? Yep, that is me. With hair. 17 years old. Got the world at my soccer foot tips or whatever. Yep, that's me. Look at that guy. I'm that guy. Get down on it. Get down on it. I'm the team of champions, as they say. The team of champions. That is 1980. I want to say that's 1988. I'm going to say that's 88. I'm pretty sure that's 88. Maybe 87. I'm not sure. Anyways. Sometimes you have to kind of like have fun and show people some old stuff that nobody really gets to see. And that's one of those things. That's a young can. What a life. It was definitely the 80s. That was 88, I believe. Pretty sure that was 88. Yeah, lots of things have happened since then, that's for sure. I'm making myself feel old, William Tell. Making like that was like I look at myself and I'm like, damn, I don't look like that now for sure. I've had a long difficult like journey. And that's the whole thing. Like we've all had our like stuff, man. Like and woman, like we all have like this incredible journey that we're on, and it's different along each step. It's like they're it's all just like what we have and what we make of it, like what we have around us to get us through it, and what we like have built in our lives to get us through those times. Like that's I think what it's really about is like surrounding yourself. I think that's the key, and like kind of the pro tip of life, if you will, is like to surround yourself with so many positive people that get you through all the bullshit. Because it's easy for me to just think it's all bullshit. It's so easy for me to just get on that like, this sucks and that's stupid and this is just incredibly dumb and just like go down that path. Trust me. I don't let on to that very often to you all, but trust me. It's so easy for me to get like into that mode, and for me to come on and just be like in the moment. That's incredibly like important for me to disrupt that other like thought process that sometimes is overwhelmingly like pervasive. That's why I don't want to, be around any people who are dramatic. I don't want to. I mean, everyone has their drama, trust me, and everyone has little things and playful things, playful things. But people who are truly dramatic, people who are truly, I just want, the attention on me all the time. I just want this, like, they just they try to commandeer every situation or every conversation. Like, I just don't. I don't have patience for that, and I want people like that to, like, understand too that, like, I don't not like them. I just don't like that part of them. I don't like that they do that. I can still like a person and not like what they do. And I hope that everybody else can too. I try to think that way, that, like, I can still be friends with somebody, and I can still be a family member. Obviously, I have to be a family member with somebody, but, like, I kind of put it that way too, because I disagree with a lot of people on a lot of things, but I don't let that be like a barrier between me being a friend with them. Maybe we'll agree to disagree, but maybe there are so many other things that, like, we meet, at this beautiful place at, and why should one thing or a couple things, interfere with that, and really, like, stifle that, or uh, quell that. I don't feel like I don't feel like that's necessary. I don't I think that's all or nothing. I think that that's black and white thinking. Like, honestly, I feel like that's, like, not giving people enough room to breathe, and it's not giving life enough room to breathe. And I think if we all just kind of take pause sometimes, and try to understand where the other person's coming from, first of all. Everybody's living a different experience, everybody's come from different places, and to have that kind of first thought, and to pause, because that will help you pause. Anything that helps pause, is important, because like, when you get caught up in something, and you just, like, that's in the heat of the moment, and that's when bad shit happens. That's when most of the bad shit happens, when people are just caught up in this emotional, visceral, reactional, impulsive moment. And if you can just pause that by even just a one little thing that can interrupt that, and throw a monkey wrench into that cog of the wheel that's going, if you can just, like, sometimes that can interrupt that whole, like, negative, what could be a brawl or what could be a riot, right? If that one little thing is just quelled, right, it just, like, stifled. And sometimes it's a misunderstanding that can lead to something huge, and it's like, it's so unnecessary. Most of the time, it's really unnecessary. I do believe that a lot of misinterpretations, and or misunderstandings, I should say, misunderstandings, and just you know things happen, and sometimes it's just people just having a big ego, and not letting go of their ego. Trust me, I get that too, that sometimes it's just people, having a pissing contest with people. That's just human nature too. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's, like, attractive. for people to be like, oh, I got the biggest, this or the, I got, I steer clear from people like that, quite honestly. What's up, Vern LaPointe? Hi, buddy. But some people, like, that's the only way they know how to get their needs met. That's the only way they know how to get attention. That's the only way they know how to survive in the world. So trust me, everybody in their own time, everything happens for a reason, and I just feel like there's a better way. And I feel like the better way is just being true and honest, and then you don't have to you don't have to worry about anything. And finding out like who you really are, because everybody else is taken. And that's like a quote by a playwright, Oscar Wilde, and he says, "Be yourself. Everyone else is taken," and they are. Everyone else is taken. So if we really just honor the fact that we are unique individuals, we won the lottery in terms of being born, and some of us don't want to be here, and quite honestly, I don't want to be here. I didn't choose to be here, and I've told my parents this, and they don't feel comfortable hearing that, and I will tell you guys, and you probably won't feel comfortable hearing that, but I really don't want to be here. If I had the choice to be here or not be here, I would not be here. And I've never said that to the YouTube community, and I don't know what the reverberation will be from that, and I don't have any control over it. And I've told some of my friends that, and I've told my family that, and it's the truth. If I had the choice to be here or not be here, I would have checked out. I would check out. And I do have the choice, and I don't mean to like convolute it, and I don't mean to freak anyone out either, but and I know that I do have a choice, and I choose not to not be here, but there are real things that you may or may not know about me, and that's one of them. And I think a lot of it has to do with when you're someone, and I don't like to talk in generalizations because, and I won't right now. I'll speak from my own voice. When I feel disappointed with the world, when I feel like there's really no purpose or no sense in any of this, which is really often, there's this disconnect that I feel with everything. I just feel disconnected from everything and everyone. And I felt that since I was a kid. Like, truly, I have felt this disconnect from everyone. As connected to people as I feel just as much a disconnect. And people talk about a spectrum, and people talk about certain things, and I relate to that, and I know that I'm probably right there with them. And that's why I think I understand people really well, because I'm not like other people. I really am not. I am a person, like I am very much like all of you, but I'm very much not like anybody. And when you know that you're not like your family, and you know that you love your family, and when you know that you're really not like your friends and you love your friends, and when you know that you're really like not like anybody in the world, but you love the world, uh, it's difficult. It's difficult. It's difficult to kind of comprehend the polarity, and I know everyone doesn't feel it the same way, and I know that some people do, and all I can say is that like when you feel things really deeply on both sides, it's exhausting. That's when you get the big bags under your eyes. I see the way I look. I know how I look to you all. I see it. And I see the the age and the wear and tear that it takes on my face, and on my soul and everything. And and I don't want to change it, but I want to pump the brakes a little bit, probably. Being on YouTube and coming on every week, twice a week, it's not really easy sometimes. I enjoy it when I'm doing it, and then it's kind of like that, you know, for an artist they like to perform, and I don't feel like I'm performing because I don't feel like I'm being anybody that I'm not when I'm doing it. But when you're not doing it, it's like that letdown, and it's like you want to have that the whole time, but that's not reality, and that's not really possible. You want to have that good feeling all the time. We all want to have that good feeling all the time. It's not possible. So we try to like sometimes chase it, and I know what that feels like, and I've chased it. We all say like, oh, like we're not chasing something, but sometimes we chase like the good feeling. I always can relate to that. I wanna feel good, and sometimes I chase it to the detriment, as sometimes like some of us do. But when you're a real person and you just, I mean, honestly, I feel like if I'm a real person, I want to be real to other people. I don't want to like live behind any kind of mask. I don't want to. If I'm gonna be out there, I'm gonna be out there. And this is honestly like the way I feel in my life right now is like, I just feel a lot of ways. I just don't always talk about them. I'm not worried about aging, honestly, Ray Rockwood, and I know what you mean. It's like it's about like what those represent. It's why I feel like that I look so uh grizzled or something, I think it's I think it has to do with like what's behind it more than what it actually looks like, if that makes sense. We all feel that way at one time or another. That is what it makes life, my friend. That's a challenge. That's why you are awesome because of that. Vernon, I saw that Scoop really related to that. I didn't read that right now until Scoop related to it, and then I was like, well, what is she relating to? And I went back. Yeah. Thank you, Vern and Ray and Ray Rockwood and everybody. I know, and 710. I'm gonna go get safe, honestly, and you know we've lost some really good people, and some of them have been lost because of you know difficulties that they've had in their lives by choice. I'll just put it that way. Some of them we've lost by choice, and Lambo Stacker. I think of Lambo. I think of Adam. Spud, if you can, while I'm going to have a safety meeting, if you can put in 988 into the chat if you're having any kind of mental or emotional crisis. I understand more than anybody. you know not No, I don't understand more than anybody. I understand just as well as anybody in the chat, and possibly I may have more experience with both my own struggles and also with helping families and individuals with their struggles. And the bottom line is, like, I can have a great time and party and have the best time, and have so much fun, and be the most uplifting and you know infectious person that you want to be around. And I can also be the most, like, boorish, depressed, like, son of a bitch that you don't ever want to be around. And I know that you all can understand that to some level, and I know that you all relate to that on a, a strong level. And I think that the more that we all just kind of, like, relate to each other in these terms, and understand that, like, yeah, we can party and have, like, the stupidest funnest time, but we also can just, like, be in this, like, really ugly place that some people never know about and don't want to talk about. But unless somebody brings it up and like, says it in the chat or whatever, a lot of us won't talk about it. And I think a lot of us should talk about it. And this is a place where, honestly, you've seen me at my worst. I know a lot of you have seen me at my worst. If I can be that person to, like, bridge that, or start that conversation with you all, or just, like, facilitate it, then let me do it. And I'm not doing it to be a martyr. I'm just, like, showing you that, like, hey, I can be completely effed up at times and still come back and be like first of all still be a good person. Second of all, come back and like take care of responsibilities and take care of everything that I say and am responsible to do, which I do. All of these things can then kind of be relative to you then. I'm just throwing it out there to all of you that like nobody has it nobody has it that well. Nobody has it that great. No matter how they may profess that they have it. They don't. Safety in the kitchen. called a Jacob's Ladder, and it was made by one of my friends, or my parents' friends. This has been in my house since I was a little kid, and when I moved out west, this is the only thing I really wanted to take from my parents' house. This is the only thing that really meant something to me. The click, click, clack, as like an autistic kid, you hear something or you get like, it's a stress reliever. It's the clickety clack. I called it the clickety clack. I was like, all I want is the clickety clack. And that's what I called it, the clickety clack. It's called a Jacob's Ladder, apparently. It's quite a simple thing, but when you look at it, you'll see it's quite interesting. But it's all I wanted when I moved out west. It's all I wanted, like, when I left my house. Like, it was the most important thing to me. And my brother and my sister, thankfully, I'm the youngest in the family too, so that kind of tells you too. But thank you to my brother and my sister and my parents for, gifting me this. But it's that kind of like, it is that stress reliever. It's that type of, I can just do something as simple as that, and it brings me back to a time in my life where it was much simpler. I can do this and it's very simple, and I can bring myself back to a place that was quite simple. And oftentimes with myself, I can only say again, like, the little things in life I appreciate the most, and this is something that's so incredibly cool and like, but simple in my life, or simple in the grand scheme of things, but it's so incredibly important to me. If there were a fire in my house, I would grab this probably first. Before silver, before gold, I would probably grab this. Certain things have like obviously it has a family like heritage and lineage with me, but I just like the way that it sounds, and it's a stimulation. If you don't, a stim is short for stimulation with people that have autism, and we like to stim on things, or we like the sound, or if we like the way that sounds, sometimes we'll do that a lot. It's like, or if we like the way that sounds, and sometimes you'll do that a lot, or but this is one of those, like, it's an art piece too, which I love as well. It's a piece of art which is also a stem. It's like, all right, so you see there's one strip there, 2, 1, 2, and then this is going to be blank next. I appreciate simple things in life. I appreciate art. I appreciate love. I appreciate tolerance and people that are kind, and that's who I am. So I'm gonna head out. The missus is going to bed. I have been on live streaming for quite a while after my auction. I did my auction and then I'm also on right now, but it goes without saying I appreciate you all, and I hope that you understand that. But I hope that more than anything else, you understand that I'm I'm very much like you, and I'm very much just trying to figure out this thing that is life, that we're all like, none of us had a choice to be here. When I said that earlier, that none of us have a choice to be here. We all just kind of showed up, right? And it's up to us to decide what we want to do with it. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. We're singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. We'll rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun, and three little birds will perch by your doorstep. They'll be singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true, and they'll be singing, this is our message to you. They'll be singing, don't worry, la 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 la. Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. La 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 la, don't worry about a thing. Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. We'll rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. Three little birds will perch by our doorstep. They'll be singing sweet songs, melodies pure and true. They'll sing, this is our message to you. And they'll be singing, don't worry about a thing. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. We won't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Because every little thing is gonna be alright. La 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 la. One last time. Jacob's Ladder. Thank you, Mama Can Can and Pop Can and Rudy Aceto. I want to thank Rudy Aceto. He is, on the other side right now. And Rudy, when I catch up with you on the other side, I want to thank you. But in this this day and age right now, I want to thank you. Something like that is so simple and so incredibly like powerful, but I want to like really just tell you guys, I share things with you because I care about you. If I didn't like feel comfortable, and sometimes I want to like empower you. I want to empower you to like do great things. Like truly. Because the world needs people like us. Not in a bragging way, but the world needs people that are positive, The world needs people that are kind. The world needs people that are generous. The world needs people that are patient. All of the things that we are, let's keep spreading that kind of light. And until next time, you know what I say, count your blessings and not your problems. We're blessings. Cheers.